slept around on us, but, you know.
I must have got a man whore. Jesus.
Ready?
All right, ready.
Let's do this. The three-peat.
The hat trick.
Yeah, the hat trick.
Turkey.
That's right.
Let's see if this actually works, because...
We should be playing our intro right now. You can't hear that, right?
I don't hear that.
3, 2, 1. Are we streaming?
We should be. Yes, let me go to watch
hat
it.
trick. Turkey.
That's right.
There we go. I
There you
just
go.
had to mute the actual video.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, they heard you say man whore. I am not. Very nice.
It is. It's good stuff.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Nice cup. Very nice.
Wow, look at that.
Season 8 crew. Is that what that says?
Yeah, this part of the package. You got like this box of stuff. You got all this neat crap in it. So that was one of the, I gave a lot of these away for Christmas, but yeah, we got these.
Was that part of your parting gift?
I think it's everybody's parting gift at the end of season 8.
Yeah. Well, let's. Obviously, this man needs no introduction, even though. Oh my God in heaven!
Hey man, turn that stuff off.
I did. I don't know why it's ringing.
Because ever since that update, your phone calls have been going straight to your Mac.
I just put it on airplane mode.
There we go.
No more phone calls. How the hell
So
did
first, I want to thank you, the gentleman, Chris, Ryan, for having me on. And, you know, now that, you know, we've started the Three Timers Club, and I'm the president, obviously, and I really appreciate this fine bottle of scotch that you sent to me that you're going to be sending to everybody that does this 3 times. That's just such a sweet gesture on y'all's part. I mean, what, $75 this thing costs? I mean, that's awesome, guys.
Chris, aren't we just amazing people?
Look, I don't want to tell anybody that I found it on Amazon for half price, but...
Just kidding. He held up a liquor
just
store.
Messing. They didn't do that.
Yeah. You know, if we're going to go that route... Hold on one second, because I'll just break out my... I'll take out my Crown Royal, if that's okay with everybody. You know? We're gonna
Actually, I bought this thinking it'd be really cool, and it's so damn peaty I can barely drink the shit. Crown, baby.
Crown, but what's the Crown Apple? That shit is good.
Shots?
I'm not a spokesperson for drinking, but I will drink.
I'm not opposed to it.
Drink.
We have Jessica in the house, everybody. She's taking photos for us tonight.
She's shy, though. She's
shy, yes. This is Ryan's significant other sitting to my left. She's visiting all the way from Oregon. Oregon. Oregon.
He tried saying that a little too fast.
From Oregon. Oregonomics. Some shit like that. It's way out west. That's all I know. They have, like, their people, sports people, are ducks and shit out there.
And they smoke a lot of dope.
Oh! Jayson! Wait, never mind.
That's what they say. I mean, it's legal, isn't it? Isn't it legal out there?
It is.
Oh, it's legal out there.
It is.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting little surprise.
The guy that does Rick Steves, isn't he Oregon? He's like the guy that got it all pushed through. Rick Steves, the guy that tours Europe.
I don't know.
Nothing?
No.
I'm a nerd for trivia. Sorry.
No. Good. You know what? Hopefully we can put some trivia together then.
Okay.
For a certain event, maybe down the road.
Sounds good.
So everybody, thank you for being here. Obviously, this is our first trifecta. He is the three-peat man.
Our first hat trick.
It
works well because he's wearing a hat.
Yes. This man is a hustler. As you can see on his hat, he just came back from, where were you, Cleveland? Where the hell did you go?
Cincinnati.
There it is.
And,
Cincinnati.
Don't worry, but in season 8 there were no Jayson necks harmed in the production of that episode.
No, there were none. So let's dive into what you've been doing. What's been going on since you are no longer on the show?
Yeah. When did we talk last? When was that?
When did we talk
I
last?
remember I was at my mother's house.
Yes, you were.
Yep.
That was like around Christmas time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So since then, actually, I this February, I made a film actually with Chandler Riggs.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Only. It also stars Frida Pinto and Leslie Odom Jr., Chandler and myself.
Okay.
And it's a post-apocalyptic type thriller. no zombies involved, but there's some kind of sickness is causing all the women on the planet to get sick and die, and so we're having to find the women and round them up, basically, is all I can tell you. There's no press kit yet, so I don't want to talk too much. But we worked on that for about 3 weeks, and he plays my stepson.
Oh, really?
So that's kind of, yeah. And so I did that, and then before that, I think I had done this project when we talked last time. It's called a movie called Reckoning, which is about an Appalachian community. I think we talked about that, right?
I think we did, yes.
Yeah. So those two films are going to be, they're in post-production now, and they'll be making the festival circuit. I think both of them will most likely be shooting for Toronto in August and Sundance next January and all that kind of business. It's Toronto in August, September, somewhere. It's in the fall. Okay. And then I've been working on a pilot for ABC called Salvage. And since it's a pilot, I may never see it. You may never see it. No one may ever see it. So we'll hope, fingers crossed, that'll come together. No one from The Walking Dead on that show, though. I'm like the one guy.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Will Patton and Jim Belushi are two of the name talent that people recognize. Mm-hmm. There's a young British actor named Toby Kebbell, or Cabell, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And if you saw the god-awful Fantastic Four, the most recent one,
the remake,
just was a bomb. Anyway, he played Victor Von Doom in that.
Oh, cool.
And he also plays Koba in the ape movies. He's like the ape that went bad or whatever.
Okay.
But I just met him 2 days ago for the first time. And a young British actress named Charity Wakefield. She and I have a scene together. But there's other people in the show. But that's it. And we shoot in Charleston. And if all goes well, they'll pick the show up and I'll get to work on that for a while. It's a recurring character and it's a lot different than Gavin, so it'll be fun to do.
That's right. So go back to if we can, if you don't mind, going back to the movie that you're doing with Chandler, the Apocalypse one, where so the women are the only ones dying from this?
Yeah, it's there's this. I think the idea is there's some sort of astronomical phenomenon happening, and there's this gray ash raining down all over the planet, and everyone's infected, but it's killing the women. I mean, they get infected, and they basically, it's like Ebola. They hemorrhage out and die in a day or two.
Wow.
As soon as they get sick. So, I don't want to give too much of the plot away.
Right.
But my wife, who is the mother of my son Chandler, she died right away. So now he and I are helping with. Now it's like 6 months into this thing is when the movie kind of takes off, and there's very few women left, and they're trying to round them up and harvest their eggs so that we can try to save humanity. And it's supposed to be, a safe procedure, but the rumor is that they're just killing these women, and there's a lot of controversy, and it is a world of men. And it's kind of got that Road feel to it. The Road, that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite that apocalyptic. I mean, there's still diners and electricity and things like that, but there's just no women because they're all dying. And so I was like an economics professor at a high school, so I know nothing about guns and the woods and tracking and all that, but I'm trying to help. I'm kind of a doofus, but I'm doing my best to try to help out.
I'm kind of a doofus.
Yeah. Chandler plays my stepson, and he's much better at everything than I am. And he's just angry and teenaged and on the hunt with me.
I really like that theory though of it only affects the women in a way. You can start spinning conspiracies on it and saying that it's the government trying to control the population. So you kill off the women and you can't
reproduce,
can't procreate anymore.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't recall that being in the script, but again, I'm not going to talk about it too much more. I don't want to ruin it.
Right. No. I'm just, my wheels start turning, so.
Sure.
That's just, that's how I operate. Well, I mean, everybody is obviously, you got a huge following watching right now.
Hey, guys.
33 people.
Everybody's happy to, yeah, well, 33 watching right now, but that's just, see, the analytics on YouTube, I don't know how they work, because we'll finish this podcast, and this will already have probably about 100 views. So I don't know, I don't get it. Speaking of that, real quick, I wanted to throw this out there for everybody, because I was looking through our videos from the past. Jayson, you hold first and second place for most viewed shows that we've done.
Wow.
The first one is actually the second one we did, which was only about 3 months ago. That was during the holidays, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like 749 views. And and then the one that we did, your very first one, which was 9 months ago, which I was amazed by that, is like 743 views. So I'm thinking this third one is going to go way over 1,000.
Sweet.
Because obviously we've grown since then with our followers.
Right.
You've grown in popularity tremendously. I mean, you're one of the most loved characters on that show, and you weren't even a good guy. But, it's... and you know what, though? You were a good guy.
Yeah.
To me, you were a good guy.
You were doing the wrong... Gavin was doing the wrong things for the right reason.
Right.
That's what I think.
For the right reasons. Yeah. Okay. The bottom line, if Gavin had not been so much of a coward, I think he might have been able to work it out, but his fear of cowardice ruined it for him. So that's kind of what happened there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you want to? Can you obviously, now that you're, I don't know, can you talk about how you feel about not being on a show anymore? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm bummed. I'd love to still be there, of course, but the story has to move on, and so I got the call. While we were shooting episode 8. And it was the night when I capture Ezekiel and the bus crashes into the truck, and then I chase him down. And he closes the gate and locks Carol out, and I get to the gate and punch him in the face and monologue on him for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We finally wrap that up right as the sun's coming up, and I usually keep my phone turned off while we're shooting so I'm not distracted or it won't accidentally ring. So I turned the phone back on because we were done. First voicemail pops up, Scott Gimple, and I'm like, damn it. Damn it. I turned the phone over and showed it to Kari, and he's like, oh, damn, man. Sorry.
And
like, shit.
Right there and then, Jayson said.
In the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning his time. So I called him. He said, hey, it's Scott. Give me a call. I'm like, damn it. So I called him sometime the next day, and he spent 30 minutes on the phone with me explaining, saying, dude, when we first saw you, we knew we wanted you on the show. We just didn't know where you were going to fit in. Sorry, we made you audition so many times. He's told me that before, but we when I was writing Gavin, it could have been a man, it could have been a woman, black, white, it could have been anyone, but it just seemed you fit the part. We had you read it, and we're like, yep, he's the guy. And I've never asked him how much of a plan they had for Gavin,
right?
Maybe because And this is a new territory for me. I've worked on another show, Rectify, for a couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my second show working a couple of seasons. And they do write to you for what you do. So I don't know how much of an arc they were planning on for Gavin, how long they expected him to stick around. And, I don't know how far down the line they are with their storyline a lot of times. I think... I'm not trying to sound like I made it happen. I'm just saying that based upon what we do and how we perform and the choices we make, they're then able to go, oh, we could tell the story this way because he could do that or she could do that. So I think the fact that I didn't suck and that I didn't screw everything up and was just a horrible actor or anything, that I did a good job for him. They're like, all right, we can give this guy a little more. We can give him a little more. Because the next script I got had more lines, and the next script I got had a ton of lines in 713.
Right.
And then it just continued like that. I mean, and then, of course, I got swallowed up into the Saviors at the beginning of season 8. But once they decided that it was time for me to go, of course, I started talking too much, and everybody's like, yeah, he's gone. And I miss it. I'm going to miss it next season when everybody's working on the show. But the story has to be told, and the story's moving on. That's pretty obvious. Yeah. I don't think I'm giving it, and I don't know what the rest of the season is like. I haven't seen the scripts. Right. So you and I are all exactly at the same place as far as what I know about the show. I mean, I know a little bit about what's going to happen this next week because I'm still friends with Josh Michael, and he and I talk. But outside of that, I don't know anything past 14. I don't know anything about 15 or 16 or how the crossover works or any of that. I would love to have been able to go along for the ride to see what happened next, but I'm not going to get to. So onward and upward, new things.
Yeah.
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 No, I'm not upset at all. It was a great experience, and my hats off to Scott Gimple, Greg Nicotero, Jeff January, Mike Satrazimas, everybody over there that, championed me and got me on the show and made me look great. And the rest of the crew, who's, hundreds of names I'm not going to go through right now.
Yeah. Well, I could definitely tell you for people like us, I usually don't get emotional when someone dies on the show or anything like that, just because that's the theory of the show. It's that type of world where people die. But I will say that it's going to suck a little bit more not seeing you anymore. I mean, and that pretty much resonates through like everybody we've spoken to,
especially because I know Chris and I agreed that we had this whole theory that Gavin was going to have this redemption story.
Yeah.
And that he was going to turn on Negan because he realized that Negan was no longer doing it to help people survive. He was doing it because he enjoyed being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, I know everybody was talking about that, and I just had to go along with it because I knew that it wasn't going to happen, but I had to just say, yeah, that could happen. Yeah. No, I knew it wasn't going to.
Well, we'll obviously we're going to field a bunch of questions, from everyone watching. I do have a request from Lucy.
Yeah.
Do you mind doing a request for Lucy?
I'd be happy to. Well, within reason.
Well, yeah. Lucy
within good taste.
We are a family-friendly show, damn it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Lucy is family-friendly here.
Lucy is wondering if you could please look at her through the camera and say, Lucy, you know what it is. Uh-oh.
Oh, the lights go bad. Let's get the light really good here. Hang on. Lucy, you know what it is.
Yes.
Ooh, goosebumps.
I felt it.
And scene.
I felt it.
And scene.
Yeah, I like it. Now I'm going to get to read about all of his moist comments are going to start popping up on our chat. Yeah.
Well, we can talk about what it is for the people who are like, that still haven't quite figured it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's do that because there's a ton of people who just, you're new, you are now linked to that sentence forever.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I thought I was done. I mean, when I shot the episode where I died, it was like, all right, good night, everybody. And I was taking pictures, and it was my last day on set. That when it's actually the scene at the top of that episode where I'm driving the truck, and then Morgan pops out behind the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's my last shot of that episode. We shot that last. And that was like, okay, bye, Jayson. Wrapping you out. It's been great. Thanks. Yeah. Picture. And then 2 weeks later, hey, they want you back. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I'm dead. So I got the script, and I was like, oh, this is cool as shit. So,
yeah you got to, I mean.
That's bonus. And then I had to come back in and say goodbye all over again, which is weird. Right. This time they were just like, yeah, it's good to see you again. Get out of here.
It's
were you going to ask a question?
Yeah, I wanted to say. I mean, being able to was that your first time being able to come back as a spirit of yourself and haunt somebody?
Yeah, I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool. Because it's funny when I died, when I first got the script on episode 809, when I read it, I was like, yeah, there it is. It didn't show anybody dispatching me after I got stabbed through the neck.
Right.
And I was sending my questions to Scott Gimple, like, about this line and that line. And I said, by the way, Scott, at the very end there, nobody dispatches me. Am I going to come back as a walker in the next episode? And he's like, oh, good catch. I'll fix that. It's like, damn it, I should have kept my mouth shut. And, you see, if you look carefully, Carol stabbed me in the head. Good old Carol kills everyone. And, so she stabbed me right there, right as it's coming back from commercial or something like that. And a lot of people miss that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, this is the first time I've been a ghost. That's kind of horror. And as Scott Gimple said, he goes, "You're not a ghost. You're just a
haunting memory."
Something, I don't know what the word was he used. I've forgotten now, but you're in Morgan's head.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not a ghost. You're a vision in Morgan's mind.
And that vision kept repeating, "You know what it is," and obviously everyone is saying, "What is it?" So go ahead and let everybody know. Well,
if you're a fan of the show, my favorite. If people ask me all the time, "What's your favorite episode of The Walking Dead?" and it's Clear is my favorite episode because Lenny James frickin' should have won an Emmy for that episode.
That's good.
And those lines are direct references from that episode. If you'll watch Clear again, you'll hear Lenny say, I was supposed to, I know what it is, I was supposed to. And he's talking about he was supposed to kill his wife. And if he had killed his wife would not have killed his son. And he didn't do it. He hesitated. Mm-hmm. Just like the hesitation has been Lenny's problem. He hesitated with Richard and not stopping that, and he hesitated with killing me, and it allowed Henry to kill me, and now Henry's a messed up kid, and people can't wait for him to die. And so that's what's getting crazy Morgan going again. And so I'm the voice in his head saying, you know what it is, you were supposed to.
Right.
So
that's talking to myself. And so if you notice the clothes that I have on, if you go back to I don't know the episode number, but the one episode with Eastman, mm-hmm. where he's training and learning the way of the gentle warrior or whatever, I'm dressed exactly like Lenny James was dressed in that episode, more or less. And because at first they were putting me right back into my regular costume, and the black shirt that I wear, the blood just doesn't show up.
Right.
And so they're like, and it was funny because the word came down, I don't know if it was from Gimple or who it was from, and it says, dress him up like a Jedi.
Yeah, right.
So tan pants, off-white shirt, and that way we'll have the blood and it'll show up really well. And by the way, did you guys see that picture of Elizabeth Moss from isn't that funny?
Yeah.
They're like twinsies.
That, and then I saw that you tweeted out for the podcast tonight for the show, your head photoshopped on Lori.
I didn't do that, but somebody else did.
Oh, yeah?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I enjoyed that thoroughly. And the fact that you got a real kick out of it, too, is nice.
There's been so much fun with this. It's like I had that great episode where all those amazing lines and all that acting stuff when with James and chasing me down like a monster. And
is that our?
But this episode where I come back and do it over and over again, I'm frozen up.
Oh, hold on.
You're coming back
over and over again. People are just, yep.
You're good.
I'm back.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I'm just saying that it was nice to have the episode where I died, where I had all those great scenes, even though I had to share them with Carl, unfortunately. Yeah. And he was kind of more important. But, yeah, messing up my episode. But the episode where I come back as this weird specter or whatever, people have really latched onto this thing, and it's like, that's cool. That was really nice. to have such a simple thing be so enigmatic. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was nice to have you on at least one more episode. You know, so maybe I don't know. Maybe somewhere down the road they'll have to do like a flashback and you'll be in it. You know, we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
But you just get like that weird phone call one day. Hey, could you come back for like a day?
Yeah, we need you on Fear because Morgan's getting crazy again.
we need to put him back in line.
that would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. I'd love to go to Austin.
Yeah, well, it'll be great because in a few weeks we get to see you in Chicago. So, how did that all take place? I mean, you know, Walker Stalker. Was it just like? Is this your first Walker Stalker?
This is my first Walker Stalker. Yes, it is. And they booked me on this last fall. And so I've just been waiting for this to come along. I had to wait till they announced it, which they announced it, I don't know, 3 months ago, I guess, 3 months ago. And I'm really excited to go. But Horror Hound in Cincinnati was the best con I've been to yet, next to Pensacon. Pensacon and Horror Hound, for me, have just been wonderful. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my character had more stuff going on.
Yeah.
More people were interested in talking to me, but just the nicest people at these last 2 conventions. But yes, this might be my first Walker Stalker. It's the first time I'm going to be there with the big stars, you know, so that will be interesting to see what that's like, to be hanging out. You know, I mean, I've hung out with JDM, but I've never hung out with what's his real name? Norman Reedus. Yeah, and Lauren Cohen was supposed to be there, but she's not. I've never hung out with her. But Simon, you know, the guy, Stephen Ogg, I know him. I know Austin, if he's there, and Seth Gilliam and I actually go way back. We've done projects together before.
Yeah.
This show, so I've hung out with him at a few conventions already. But yes, I'm very excited about Walker Stalker. Can't wait.
Yeah, we're excited. I'll let you know. Like when we went on to buy the photo ops, you were the first one we bought. We were like, Jason's number one.
Guys.
Jason's number one.
We'll have some fun with that.
I don't know about Chris, but when I first thought I didn't hear the initial announcement that you were going to be at Chicago, and I was like, bro, and he's like, what? I'm like, Jason, and he was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks,
yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, they usually like that. You know, you've ever done those before?
We went.
Yeah, they're like,
snap, get out of here. Snap, get out of here. I'll see if we can maybe do a couple or something like that. I'll do my best, but I'm not in charge down there. I'll see what I can do.
That's all right. We're going to come to your booth and harass you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
We're going to cut the line and tell everybody to suck it up and deal with it. No.
Yeah.
There's usually not much of a line. There's definitely not much of a line at Walker Stalker. They're all going to be lined up to talk to Norman and JDM and all those guys.
I have a funny feeling you're going to have a decent out. I really do. I think you're going to be more popular than you think.
Well, I hope you're right. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
And if not, then we're just going to spend a day with you. We don't give a fuck. I'll run you drinks or something like that from a bar across the street. Yeah. So.
There you go.
All right. And real quick too, before we get into, I know guys, I know you got tons of questions. We'll get to them. But real quick,
we have 20 questions lined up, guys. Give me a second.
Yeah, we need a breather.
I'm trying.
I don't know if I can answer all these.
Yeah, I know. I'll pick out. Don't worry. We'll get to them.
Let's hear them. I want to hear them all.
Really quick, Ashley Perkins asked, "Are you going to Sonoy?"
Is he going to Sonoy?
Yeah.
I'm planning on being in Sonoy. I'm just going to come down and hang out, though. I'm not going to have a table or a booth or anything like that. I just want to come hang out with everybody if I'm available. So the answer is yes if I'm not doing something else. So the odds are good because it's on the weekend, right? It's on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so most film and TV stuff doesn't happen on Saturday, so I should be available.
All right. So, and we've already, so I'll make an agreement with you now that if you are able to come, just come hang out on stage with me, and we'll just chit chat with people all day long.
We'll do.
Uh-oh. We're losing. Yeah, we're losing you on the internet. It's not. Is it? Let me check our. Let me see.
Yes, I did, Gay.
It might be me.
We're hard lit. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Yeah, we're good. We're full bar. It could be.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it cleared up? Are we good?
FCC.
Oh, could be. Yeah, you're moving in slow motion. That's pretty cool. You're like a robot. Are you?
I am a robot.
Explore your mind, Luke.
Real quick, I just want to throw this out there. A huge thank you from the both of us for wearing our shirt to the Horror Hound.
Oh yeah, wow.
Obviously, I mean, and I try to tell everybody, they're like, did he tell you about this? And Jayson didn't say a word to us. The next thing you know, we're getting tagged on Instagram, it's on Twitter, and it's you making, having a video, you and Josh, and then pictures of you and CJ and Casey. Yeah. And I mean, I can't, I told Ryan, I said, and I even told Gay, I wrote to the whole chat that we're all involved in, and I was like, that is the most so appreciative for that, for people to see you wearing our shirt. I'm like, Jayson can sponsor or be a sponsor for whoever he wants. He put on our shirt and he's just at a con, so it's like,
you sent me the shirt, I'm gonna wear it. Thank you very much.
I know, but for us, it's like
it's a humbling feeling. Yeah, it's like,
I mean,
well, you guys are a lot of fun, and I appreciate what you do, and it's no problem.
Just wanted to tell you in person that how much we appreciate it and how thankful we are.
You know what my biggest holy shit moment was with that whole situation?
What's that?
The picture you took with Cooper and Kari and all them, where you it was like you're like, oh, the Men of the Walking Dead calendar or whatever, or photo shoot, whatever. And I'm like, you could barely see it, but I see the red lettering, I see the black shirt, that's our shirt, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah, they did all that that was on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, I guess. Yeah, I can't remember now, or maybe it's Friday night. I don't remember.
Just
Saturday. Yeah.
We just wanted to say thank you in person. We appreciate it. So,
you're very welcome, gentlemen. Very welcome.
All right. So, question time.
All right.
Of course, our first one is from the Saviour Queen herself, Gay.
Hey, Gay.
She wants to know which, if any, actors from stage or screen inspire you to become a better actor or an actor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Guy, I mean, a lot of them do. I just met Will Patton working on this Salvage TV show, and I looked at, I've been seeing him in the movies for years and looked back on his career, and, if I could have a career like his, that'd be great. And he was so nice. He was just the nicest guy, total thespian, talked to me like an equal, treated me like an equal, got to know me. So that kind of thing I look up to. There was a great, I've never met Peter Dinklage, but here's somebody who's a dwarf and dealt with all kinds of problems and has made a career out of just being a good actor.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers, somebody that I completely respect. I mean, he's passed on now, but my God, what a career. Sam Rockwell is like my dream guy to work with someday. Naomi Watts, amazing, love her, and just I like looking at these people's careers. And another fellow, Aiden Young, who I worked with on Rectify, who played the lead guy on Rectify, theater man, picks and chooses the jobs that he wants, and he doesn't work a lot because he's picky. He's turned things down because he doesn't like the people and the way they're telling the story, and he doesn't like the story. I'm still in a position where I'm like, oh, you got a job? Okay, let's do it. I'm not there yet, but I definitely look up to these people because they've worked their asses off and they have some talent. And who else? Peter O'Toole. Always thought he was great. I could go on forever, but yeah, right now my the person who I could maybe be this guy, so someone like Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken, Ray McKinnon. I could have a career like theirs maybe if I work hard enough at it.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
That's some damn good company right there. Yeah, good answers.
Yeah. But I tell you what, though, I remember when the first time I saw Inglourious Bastards, though, and it's the first time I'd ever seen Christoph Waltz, and I was watching his performance, and all I could think was like, who am I fucking kidding? I'm not an actor. That's an actor.
Yeah.
He was so amazing. And I'm like, I'll never be that. He's that. But if I can play with him someday, that'd be great. You know, it'd be great.
It'd be great to watch you play with him one day.
There you go. Well, just
sorry.
That's an actor term. It's an actor term.
Right.
All right, 13. Come on, let's move on. Here we go.
All right. So Renee says, "What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done for you?"
Weirdest thing.
Strange gift, or
yeah, I got some funky gifts in Cincinnati actually. These people brought around a care package. It wasn't really strange. It was just odd. It was it had like a bag of local potato chips in it. It had a little stuffed white tiger like they have at their zoo in it. And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your names if you're watching. That gave me this. Oh, but there's a woman named Angel and her daughter Rose came up and gave me a very nice bottle of bourbon at Harder Hound. And I'm like, oh, thank you very much. We drank it before the weekend was over, but it was just like, thank you very much. It wasn't weird. It was an awesome gift.
And before you know it, Jayson was knocked out.
Well, Josh Michael and Randy Havens were helping me drink it, but yeah, we drank it. The weird thing is, weird stuff is pictures that people send on Instagram and things like that. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I get some weird stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure.
Sorry, I'm not going to answer that one too much detail.
That's all right. Actually, Ashley just said, wait until someone gives you a big Band-Aid for the wound on your neck.
Yeah, exactly. Someone had, I think it was Michelle or somebody had done a picture of my neck with a Band-Aid on it. If I said the wrong name, sorry, but somebody had done that on Twitter. Kind of funny.
Michelle,
I have some behind the scene pictures of them putting that makeup on me. If y'all want to go through those. Yeah,
we can do that. We want to hammer through a couple more and then we'll go to it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, by the way, Michelle says, how about some apple pie moonshine? Would you like some?
I still have the last bottle you gave me, sure.
Yeah, she keeps telling me about this stuff, and I'm getting more and more afraid of it. So
apple pie moonshine is delicious.
Well, she's bringing some to Chicago, apparently.
And Michelle was very nice. She bought me a coffee mug and all kinds of nice stuff.
That's the other thing. I can't wait for afterwards when we're done working for the day.
And just chilling with people.
And being like, Jayson, where are you hanging out tonight? Because I'm buying you a drink.
We'll go to Nick and Norman's.
And I'm
right there.
In Chicago?
Oh, Chicago. I thought you were talking about Sonoya.
Yeah.
Chicago, I don't know. We'll go somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never been to Chicago. I just want to go see the big silver bean. That's all I'm there for.
I want some good Chicago deep dish.
You can get that almost anywhere.
I've also been told, though, there's a restaurant in Chicago called Portillo's. Portillo's?
Maybe.
Portillo's? Something like that. And I know because Gabriel Iglesias talked about it on one of his specials. Mm. And then a friend of mine also went to Chicago and told me to eat there and said it was phenomenal food.
All right, well, check it out.
I do need a deep dish pizza, but what I really want is a deep dish giant cookie sundae.
Oh.
That's what I really want.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I know they're famous for their steaks in Chicago, so we'll have to try that.
We could do that, too, absolutely. I'll put steak inside my deep dish pizza. Tiffany wants to know...
I'm clogging all the arteries.
Yeah, fuck it. Tiffany wants to know, did you like that they made your image in Morgan's mind bloody and unrest, unlike they did with Rick and Lori?
Yes, I did. I like that very much. As a matter of fact, at one point they were talking about putting a little bit of a green patch on there, and they were going to have light shining through it, like you could see all the way through my neck. But they couldn't. They were like, we don't have time to do that, so we're not going to do that. But I like the fact that, that he's this bloody mess. It was cool. Yeah. That was neat. I'm glad I got to do that.
And you definitely caused some unpleasant, trigger for Morgan. So, and obviously maybe you being, and think about it, when you talk about that reminder to him of his hesitation, has definitely triggered him to turn into what he is now, which is just he doesn't care, he's killing everything.
He's a mess.
Yeah, he is a mess. Linda says, what was your reaction when you learned the death of your character, Gavin? Did you expect to be killed by a kid?
No. I was very happy that it wasn't just some random, oops, I fell in a hole, or, got bit by some random walker behind a tree.
Yeah.
That it had some, a little bit of meaning to it, and it got to play out, and it got to be with Kari, who I'd spent so much time with, and with Lenny James. If somebody had told me 5 years ago that I was going to have heavy-duty, hardcore, dramatic scenes with Lenny James in a very popular television show, I would have never believed them, because I just didn't think that. He's another actor that I really look up to him, and this guy pulled himself up from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but look up his biography. He came from nothing, and is just a super nice guy, super talented individual, very artistic. So they did it right. They did me right. I mean, I'd rather be alive, but they did me right.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear that there's no, because everyone was like, you're gonna kill him, like, with like a 10-year-old with a stick, and I'm like,
that gave me the random thought that I had the other day. I rewatched the episode, so I didn't get to watch it on Sunday, so I ended up watching it Monday night, and then I rewatched it again. I think Monday at some point, or I think it was Tuesday at some point, whatever. And I'm sitting there going, imagine being a guy in the zombie apocalypse, right? And you're just killing it. Your group is doing awesome. You've got hundreds of walker kills, heart attack, and you drop dead.
I know.
And you get to heaven, and you're like, oh, how did you die? Oh,
yeah.
You had an infected tooth because there's no more dentist, and that went straight into your spinal column, and
done.
Infected. And it's like, you get to heaven. How'd you die? Yeah, my neck got ripped out by a zombie. How'd you die? Oh, well, I was about to turn, so someone stuck a spike in my head. Yeah, I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, those do suck. You can't eat
the only regret I have is that I never had a zombie kill. I never had a zombie near me, and I only pulled my gun out once. I was like Barney Fife of the Walking Dead. So my gun just stayed in its holster. Oh, am I still there?
Yeah, you're good.
What's interesting, though, did you notice in last week's episode the pistol laying on the table in front of Henry that Ezekiel picks up?
Yeah.
My gun.
Right.
My gun, my Colt 45 1911. I missed that thing. It was a beautiful piece.
Well, you can go buy one. It's okay.
I know.
You wanted that one, damn it.
I got to shoot it one time. One time when the distraction, I get to pull it and shoot it. But that was it. So people are, I have no zombie kills. I have nothing. Yeah. Anyway,
they should have put a replica one in your little box there as a going away gift.
Yeah.
Exactly. I bet Andrew Lincoln, when he gets off the show, he gets like a gold hatchet and he gets it framed and stuff.
Whatever.
That makes me bitter. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Question from Hercules. He says, "What is your opinion on Morgan going to Fear the Walking Dead?"
I think it's great. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Because I only watched the last 2 episodes of the last season of Fear the Walking Dead because I heard Ray McKinnon was going to be playing Proctor John, and he's a friend of mine, and he's the guy that made Rectify, and so I wanted to watch him. And so I don't really know that storyline very well, but I've understood they're behind. Their timeline is further in the past.
But they're jumping ahead now in season 4.
Now that I understand that, so the time jump's going to be with them.
Yep.
My theory is, and now that I'm not on the show, I think I can theorize and not worry about getting in trouble. My theory is that they're trying to get the ratings up on Fear the Walking Dead. So they're taking this extremely popular character from regular Walking Dead and putting him on their show. That's my theory.
Oh.
No one's ever said that to me. That's me.
Yeah.
And so they figured out, we'll do the time jump on Fear. I'll bet, and I'm guessing, this is me talking as a fan, they're going to have the Whisperers over there in Fear the Walking Dead land, and they're going to do the Commonwealth with, what's her name? Jane Atkinson's character. That's what's happening.
Georgie.
She's the one with the helicopters and all that business.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah, and Chris and I think we both kind of strongly agree with that,
mm-hmm.
and we do think that the the scavengers know more about the Commonwealth than they ever said because of the helicopter and the solar panels, and it's just very out of place for a dump yard.
Yeah.
So that's my theory. So I'm glad to see him getting to go do that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they were going to have him bounce back and forth, and they were going to show that he was. My first theory was they were going to stay back in time and show that Morgan was part of their group, and then left and came. Like when he left Atlanta, he went there, and then he came back during that time while they were in the prison and everything. But there's just not enough time, I guess, for that to have happened.
Yeah,
it's a long walk to Texas.
It's a long ways away.
And how are you getting to Texas from California? You know, Proctor John says, I have a boat. Okay. You're going to go through the Panama Canal? You're going to go around the Cape? Well, I mean, the Horn, whatever it is, South America? Okay.
That would be a boring season of them on a boat.
They've already done it.
They've already done 2 seasons. They did a whole season.
Yeah, you're right. They really did, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you got in Texas? What's the docking area out there?
The Rio Grande goes all the way down to the Baja, so you could go down. But I mean, still, the whole thing's just. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
We'll find out in April.
Yeah, but how does that even work? Like you said, would they use the Panama Canal, and how would that even work? Because doesn't that require people to operate it?
Yeah, it requires people and pumps and electricity. And
that's what I'm saying. That's a whole list of challenges.
So, I have no idea. It doesn't matter. It's fiction.
Yeah. They'll come up with some apocalypse way around it. For all we know, that the canal's been destroyed or some shit. Who knows?
Right.
All right. So Linda says, if you had the choice between being Lucilled by Negan or to be sticked by Morgan, could have phrased that better.
Oh, I'd take the Morgan for sure.
Well, that's how it was written. So, whose question was that?
Morgan stick me anytime he wants to.
Okay.
That would be better. Yeah, as long as it wasn't just some I felt bad for Juan Perea, who played Gonzalez or
Morales. Yeah.
He gets this one speech, turns around, and literally it's just dead.
Yeah. Right.
But I would, because Morgan was about to kill me anyway. So that's how I'd really go. Yeah. Not by JDM's bad. No.
Yeah, I mean that's a long, painful death.
I was going to say, I mean, Morgan is pretty precise with that damn thing, and he's very swift with it.
Yeah,
it would be over in a second, and not only that, but if Negan really wanted to be a dick, he would just bash your head in enough that it would kill you. Slowly, but you could still turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But one stick to the head, you're not turning from that.
Yeah.
And I would rather, if I was ever in that situation, I would never want to be a zombie. I would want to be put down right then and there.
Well, would you even know? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a matter of if I had a choice in the matter, kind of how Carl went out, I would do the same thing, rather than turn.
Are zombies soulless? That's the question.
Yeah. What are they really thinking about inside?
But what kind of life is that? Also,
a hungry one. Francine would like to ask you, what was your greatest experience on The Walking Dead?
It was that night that I shot the scenes with Lenny.
Tell her, Lenny.
That was the greatest. Yeah, I mean, to be hunted by him like in a John Carpenter movie and be scared. And my favorite part was when he finds me in the stable and throws me out on the dirt, and I'm laying there on the dirt, and I'm just yelling at him, and say you're sick, you're a sick man, and we can go back, and I'm pleading for my life. That was my favorite moment on the whole show, doing that bit right there.
Okay.
It was so great because it's just me and Lenny James, and it was funny because I had to fall on the dirt, and they've got all these cameras looking right down on me.
What's only?
You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm doing a little communication with them. That's all.
That's okay.
We got you.
I got to fall down on the dirt and into frame, which they ended up not really using me falling onto the dirt shot, but they said, we need you to fall more, this angle here. And I kept falling about that. It's hard to fall exactly in the right spot because there's no marks because the camera's just shooting right down to the dirt.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of here. And it was so funny because I fell, and of course Lenny's on the other side of the camera, as my acting partner, and I fell down, and I didn't fall in the right place, and the scene's going good, and Lenny's over there going like, just kind of, he's like,
yeah,
he's like coaching me, and I'm like scooching my body over, and he's like, and it's like, this is great, and this is like doing theater, this is like doing acting class, and I was hanging with this really cool guy. So that was my favorite moment.
Very cool. Very cool. Rebecca, and I don't know, I'm going to read it as Ryan wrote it, as I guess he saw it. It says, Rebecca wants to know, is Josh Michael also in Only? ? I don't know. Is he in a movie?
He is, actually.
Okay.
Briefly.
Oh.
He has one scene. Yeah.
Thank God that was not another Pound Mary moment.
Yeah, okay.
Not another what?
We had Xander Berkeley on our show, and somebody, Michelle, wrote something about Pound Mary.
But
now, hold on. I'm rapid firing questions, Jason. You see me looking down frequently. It's probably because I'm writing a question down. And I'm just trying to scribble. I'm just like translating from screen to paper to give to Chris. I didn't catch and we did talk about the fact he was in a movie called Proud Mary. And I didn't think about it. I'm just translating. All of a sudden, he asked Xander if he was if someone had a movie called Pound Mary. And he goes, "It's Proud Mary, dickhead."
Stormy Daniels.
So that was a good time.
All right. Josh is in only in one scene.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Josh is in one scene. By the way, CJ and Blaine say hi.
Real quick shout out to Blaine for making our banner, which is now part of our new image on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you, Blaine. I haven't seen Blaine in a while. I miss him.
Yeah, and CJ Tucker says
CJ Tucker.
Sorry, I'm looking at CJ.
I'm looking at Caleb and CJ together.
I'm looking at their names together. Caleb says what's up as well. He said he had a great time hanging out with all you guys at Whorehound.
Whorehound, yep.
It was nice meeting this family.
Yeah. We'll do one more, and then we can go into some of your photos and videos and some props you said you wanted to share.
Yeah, I can show you some fun stuff. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we'll ask this question from Jen. It says, in general, do you like playing good or bad guys?
It's been a lot of fun playing bad guys for a while now, and I'd like to start playing some good guys. I like playing both. I've only the two. I've made a short film and 2 independent films since the end of The Walking Dead, and in the short film, I actually get the girl.
Oh,
it's like romantic. It's like the romantic lead. I know. My joke is always like, I get the girl and then I don't dismember her. I actually,
it's good.
It's like a relationship.
Whoa, cool.
I don't dismember her. Like that's a normal thing for Jason.
Yeah.
But I like interesting people. I'm never going to play those romantic leads or anything like that because it's not unless it's a different kind of story. Because usually they have more prettier people play those roles just because that's the way the world is. And I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
But bad guys are fun. Bad guys are fun because you get to do all the stuff that you're not allowed to do in real life. Right. That's what's fun about it. You get to be, you can look at people funny, you can say bad things to them, and you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah. And it's okay to just flip them the bird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and if they do hurt you, it's not for real. So it's fun to be the bad guys, but I'm looking forward to playing some more normal guys.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody else. That first question about who I look up to, Bruce Dern. And my career could follow his path, and I'll be doing good because he and I look a lot alike. We're going to play a lot of the same kind of characters, and he's played the good and the bad and the ugly. So I'd like to do that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So show and tell time? Want to do some show and tell?
Yeah, we got some things to play with here.
Yeah.
I was going to show you guys. This is pretty cool. So we got our end of season 8 gifts, and I'm assuming everybody in the cast and crew got. Yeah, here we go. This is they sent us a hatchet just like Rick's, and it has all the season 8. I'm backwards here. Hang on.
No, you got it. Yeah.
And then it has. Let me get this so you can see this.
Yep.
My mercy prevails over my wrath, written on the handle.
It's very
cool. It's pretty cool, and it's got it's got a protective thing on it right now. But got that, and then they also sent us like 8 of these coffee mugs, and this one's got Winslow. His name Winslow.
Yep.
And Jadis on it, and I gave all the rest away at Christmas. They had all the cast, the main cast on it. It was really nice. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. Mac at Mac Expo on the Instagram.
Yep.
He made this for me last year. I don't know how well you can see that. This is my one-off action figure of Gavin. Thanks again, Mr. Mac. I appreciate that. I'm going to give him a shout out.
Mr. Robert Mack. Very good.
Robert Mac, yeah.
Yep.
And
we're waiting for our Beast Pops, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a busy man. He's a busy man.
Matthew actually is also going to be in Chicago, and he made these amazing things for me. But we're slowing down. Here we go. Last year, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's ordering me up about 40 of these.
Very cool.
I'm trying to get it straight, and everything's backwards, and it's like working in a mirror here. So... yeah, he ordered me up about 40 of these, and I'm going to be signing these and selling them at the Chicago Walker Stalker.
Okay.
So we're going to do the color ones because there's also the penciled ones, which is really cool.
Those are nice.
Yeah, but thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that. Just wanted to give him a shout out. Matthew, actually, ATCHLEY. I don't know if you guys got to come down to Pensacon, but this was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
I remember seeing that picture. That's
I remember
awesome.
seeing that. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. What else did I have? Thought I had something else I want to show you guys. I think that's it. Oh, well, this was and this was one other one right here. This was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with my friend Steve Coulter, who played Reg.
I love Reg.
And Lou Temple, who played Axel. Hang on the lights, bed. This is when we were in. Oh God!
There you go. There you go. You're good right there. Was that when you were in? Was that when you were in Michigan?
This is when we saw when we met Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this what's the Crypticon.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you guys. So I'm producing and acting in a play that's called Blackbird. It opens August 3rd here in Atlanta at the Robert Mello Studio where I teach acting. And I want to show you. We've got a promotional video that's not finished yet. So this has the music and the picture, but there's going to be voiceover that goes with this. This is. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
You're good. You're good.
Can you hear it?
Yep. Right there.
It's an actress friend of mine named Heather Rule, R-U-L-E.
I've been following your page for this, or whoever's page it is.
Good. Thank you.
You might get some feedback from the phone, but it's all right.
No, this is where the voiceover goes.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's not finished yet.
Yeah.
It's a preview.
Oh, damn.
So that's it. So, yeah. So that'll be August 3rd. We'll run Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for the entire month. And if we get good ticket sales, we'll hold over into September. And it's live theater on the stage.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, I know that everybody lives all over the world, but if anybody's in the general vicinity, you know, we're going to be kicking off an Indiegogo site here mid-April.
Mm-hmm.
And the budget for the thing is about $12,000. And if we can get $5 from a lot of people, that'll add up to $12,000 and allow us to do the play. So there's my plug.
You actually just answered Gay's question. Gay wanted to know if you were still doing funding for Blackbird.
Oh yeah, and it'll be. We just don't. We're still building the Indiegogo site. Heather and I are meeting with a recording studio on Friday to record the voiceover. We'll get the voiceover in there, and then we've got to get the title cards for the end put in there. We'll get that on the Indiegogo site, and then we're going to do a blue screen video like this where it's just Heather and I going, hey, we're doing a play, and we want you to help us out. Here's how you can do it, and put together gifts like, signed posters and sound. We have an original soundtrack that a friend of mine's making, things like that, and giveaways. If you give us $5, you get this. You give us $25, you get a ticket and that. You give us $50. If you want to be a producer, send us $1,000, that kind of thing, And we've just got to design all that and put it together, and we'll launch it. Our hope is by mid-April. So,
very cool. Well, once the site is up and ready to go, please contact us, because you know that we'll take it and share the living daylights out of it.
Yep.
Thank you.
And obviously, we too will definitely donate as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, thanks, guys.
Of course.
Yeah, we have our. There is I'm trying to find it now. I'm looking at my website. I can't do it. I have to do it on the phone. Never mind. So we're. Sorry.
No, it's
Where are you? And big again. Make it big again. There we go. We have an Instagram. It's at Blackbird Play, and there's a Twitter at Blackbird_play, I think, something like that. And there's a Facebook page. If you look it up, you'll find it, Blackbird the Play on Facebook.
Yep.
Follow us, and we'll update you about that as things progress.
Yep. And you're also on Instagram too. Blackbird Play, I believe it's on Instagram.
Something like that, yeah. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're on all three.
Yep.
And there's always references on my sites about that. And so we've got, like I said, an old friend of mine from Los Angeles, a guy named Greg Plumbley, is going to write us an original score. Cameron Schwartz, Alan Hu, and Kyler Dennis have been nice enough to shoot that video for us. Heather is my producing partner. Our production company is called Right On Productions, and we're doing this. The play is written by David Harrower, and it came out 12 years or so ago with Jeff Daniels off Broadway, and then he and Michelle Williams just revamped it 2 years ago on Broadway. So this is not the Atlanta premiere. Somebody scooped us last fall, but we're going to produce it again, and it'll be, again, August of this year. So I'll shut up about that.
But and if you guys do go follow those pages, you can. I actually got to see a lot of the stuff that you just showed. I mean, there's like still frames, still shots, and stuff like that.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
More as we go. We've got rehearsals will begin in June, and so we'll be doing some behind the scenes stuff there. And it's a 2-person play mostly, and it's about an hour and 20 minutes. It's just like bang, and it hits you hard and keeps going.
I like it. Jason Oscar Rodriguez said, get him a flyer, and he'll pass it out at the Sonoya Dead Bash.
Oh, perfect. That would be great. Thanks, Oscar. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in Chicago too, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yep, we'll be right there with him.
Yeah, we'll be with him.
Good. I look forward to meeting you as well.
All right. Back to question time.
Okay.
Down to business.
Heidi wants to know if you could travel back in time and play any role in any movie or TV series, which would you choose and why?
I'm not going to lie. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
That's one I need to have ahead of time.
Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Scott Bakula.
Movie or television?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be Han Solo. Come on.
Oh, you got him. You got him with a fermented tea.
I'm picturing him as Han Solo. Like, what?
You never do it.
And Chris could be Chewbacca.
I'd like to be Ed Norton's character in Moonrise Kingdom. That'd be fun. Wes Anderson picture.
Nice.
But anytime, anywhere, to be Jimmy Stewart in one of those westerns that he did, or Jimmy Stewart in Harvey, that'd be cool.
Okay. I definitely think Han Solo is my best one. I like that one.
I can play Jimmy Stewart. I just do me then.
There you go. Caleb Tucker wants to know, what is your favorite part of setting up next to Josh and Juan at cons?
What's my favorite part of setting up next to them?
Yeah. Like, I guess hanging, being with them during the cons. Like, what's your favorite part of it?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I just met Juan, so I don't have a relationship with him as yet. But Josh and I, obviously, we go way back, and this show has made us close friends now. It's fun hanging out with him because he has such a weird, bizarre energy. And I like we were not next to each other the first day, and Juan was next to Josh, so they ended up swapping us, and it was better. And a lot of people like to have their pictures made with the two of us together. So I just like hanging out. Josh is a great guy, and he's a lot of fun to hang out with. He's got a really, really good heart, and he's funny as shit.
Very cool.
Sorry, I don't know if that answers your question or not, but there you go.
I like it. It was ample. Linda says, Jared and Greg escaped. Where do you think they will go, seeing as how the Saviors turned their backs on them? Got any speculation?
They'll probably try to hit. I don't know where they're going to go. They're probably going to try to get back to the sanctuary, but they're probably just going to hide because they don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
No idea. Gregory's with them. That's right. I don't know. You know, Gregory's not exactly good in the woods. He's probably got on dress shoes. So
you're right. Definitely.
If I know Jared, he'll just like kick him down and say, "Shut up, old man. We're leaving you."
Yeah.
But I don't know, and he hasn't told me, so I honestly don't know.
Actually, got a really good question from Linda right here.
Got it.
Gavin said, "It always has to get dark and ugly and inhuman. So then, why do you think Gavin kept obeying Negan and not do what Dwight did?"
Because he's a coward.
Really?
He doesn't. Yeah, that's his Achilles heel. That's his tragic flaw of that character is that Gavin is.
Wow.
He's not brave.
See,
if he were brave, he wouldn't be in the predicament that he's in. He's good at management. He's good at handling people. He's good at getting things done. And that's why he doesn't want people to give him any shit, because then he's going to have to do the Negan stuff. And he doesn't like that. He's squeamish about it. He's afraid of it. And he just do what you're told and everything will be fine. And I won't have to do this nasty stuff. He doesn't want to do it. He'd like to be friends with Ezekiel.
Right.
You know, I just really want to say how interesting that is, because obviously Jayson has a lot of insight into Gavin as a character, because, I mean, you play him, or played him. Yeah. And, you know, we only get what we see on screen, but you get so much more, you know. And I mean, everybody I've talked to has said nothing but positive things about Gavin. I don't think I've personally seen anybody say that he's a coward. So for you to say that, that's actually very interesting to me, because I've always seen him as just kind of being too trusting, maybe.
Well, he's affable, and he's pissed off, and he's just in a bad mood. But I mean, I'm not coward like run away. He'll get the job done. But when it came down to Negan, and maybe he's too loyal. He's too loyal. He gave Negan his word, and his word is his bond. He's old fashioned like that, which is how I am. It's like I've told this guy I'm going to do this thing, and if I do this thing, I get to stay at my place, and everything's fine. And now I got to move into the kingdom, and we get to take over this. He's had all these opportunities to turn and change, but he says that line. He goes, "I have to answer to that goddamn bat."
Right.
And he knows. He's been watching this for years with Negan. People run off. People think they can get away with it. People think they can get away, and they don't. They get caught. They get burned. They get smashed. And he's like, he's scared of the pain, and he'll throw somebody else under the bus before he'll have himself under the bus. That's what I mean by coward.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because Dwight also has, the wife factor. Yeah. He's got another purpose, besides his own life, where Gavin doesn't have that. Now, Gay wanted to, as a follow-up, says, well, what do you think Gavin's backstory was? What do you think he did prior?
Well, the best we came up with, I was talking to Gimple about this, and now he had something he told me. He said, "Don't talk about this until it's over." But I can't remember exactly what it was. But basically, he was in management. he dealt with people. He was good at organizing and getting things done. He was a good, he ran a tight ship, and he was a good boss. And that's how, and he was just wily enough to survive the zombies. But I'm sure he probably pulled some, remember in season 2, was it Shane that shot the guy in the knee?
Yeah.
Otis.
Yep. Otis, yeah.
Yeah, shot Otis. He's probably pulled a few Otises in his past. And, just like, hey, it's him or me.
I don't see that as a coward, though. I see that as look, strong survive.
Well, that's, and so there's a great series of novels that I've read, which are just entertainment, called the Flashman series, and the main character is nothing but a cad and a womanizer and a coward, but you absolutely love him. You can't stop reading about him. It's historical fiction. Anyway, and so, and Gavin's not that cool, but he's a little bit like that.
Right.
He's a survivor.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a survivor, and he does not see a clear path to leaving the sanctuary and leaving the Saviors. So he sticks to his guns, and it's his demise.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Miss Zombie, who I know is Penny Danielson. She actually has she does her own little Walking Dead thing too, but she wants to know what she does Infected Dissected on her page. She wants to know what will be your favorite memory from The Walking Dead.
When I was at Pensacon, I was down there the night of my death episode, and they had an after party and a viewing party at where's my hat? Anyway, it's this place called Perfect Plain Brewery down in Pensacola. There's a plug. Perfect Plain. They got good beer.
There you go.
And so it was myself, Cooper, Seth Gilliam was there. Who else was there? I can't remember now. Carrie Cahill was there.
Okay.
And we were all at this bar with some other folks, and there were 100 or more fans in there watching the show, and at the end of the show, they all stood up and gave me a standing ovation, which is something you never get in film or television. That's theater. So that was definitely my best memory of The Walking Dead.
Okay.
That
standing
night,
ovation.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Oh, very nice. Oh, it was my bad.
Yeah, I'd have been at Ship and Anchor that night if I hadn't been in Pensacon. I probably would have gotten the same thing from those folks, but I couldn't make it. I was in Pensacola, so it was with some new people.
Very cool. I muffed up a little bit. I got confused because it says Miss Zombie. There was a request, and she wanted to know, can he say we're all infected for the Walking Dead infected page? So I assumed that Miss Zombie was Penny, and I just read that I'm not Penny. So, but she might be one of Penny's admins.
It's an she's
okay,
an admin.
It's an admin. Okay, I'm an admin for the page. Okay, so there you go. Sorry about that. I thought it was Penny.
It's all
right. My mistake. What? Would you mind doing a little? We are all infected for them.
Yeah. What did you just say those words?
Yeah, it said we are all infected for the Walking Dead infected page. That's
okay. Hey y'all, you're looking at the Walking Dead infected page. We are all infected.
There you go. I like it. Very nice.
How's that?
We got to come up with a Beast Mode slogan.
Well, we did try. Remember, we tried the one thing with Lindsley.
Yeah, but we kind of, because technical shit happened and we just kind of.
But see, what we should do is we should reach out to people that we've interviewed, because now that I know with this new program, I think I know a way that I could edit. What?
Somebody's calling me from Missouri. Is this one of y'all?
Missouri.
Missouri.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Huh.
Missouri. Was it Missouri?
Missouri.
But anyways, I think I know how now I could actually edit it something that we could have as part of our intro is people like Jayson saying, "You're listening to the Beast Mode NY podcast."
Oh, okay.
Or
all right.
Deadcast Live.
So when we end, we'll do a little recording of him saying, hey, y'all.
I mean, in all honesty, it'd probably be easier if he did it right now, because then I could just download the YouTube video and then
I'm not going to put him on the spot, Ryan. God
Do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it after the show. We'll just do and I'll just record it on my phone.
Oh, we could do that too.
Yeah.
That works.
We'll put a little something together.
A little something, something.
The Beast in the East. What? I don't know. Don't ask. Linda says, do you think Rick will keep his promise to Carl with this whole situation? Peace in the East.
Yeah, I think he will. Somehow. Yeah. A lot more people have to die first. He will, eventually. I don't know. Rick's turned into a really bad guy.
Yeah.
That walkie-talkie thing between him and Negan a couple episodes ago was really nice. I like that.
That was probably the best part of that whole episode, in our opinion. That was the episode.
Yeah. That was really good. I like that. Yeah. I think he will. He'll do his best once he gets his head out of his ass.
Yeah. Well, if you could speculate moving forward now that you can be a fan, I know that we all kind of agree that they're going to go into the whole, they're going to bypass the Whisperers and go right into the NWO. So I mean, where do you see this war ending and that next level coming? Do you think it's the finale? Do you think it rolls into 9?
Oh, this war that we're in right now?
Yeah.
They're going to end it this year. They got to. If they don't, they're going to lose a lot of fans.
They're going to drag it out too long, you think? I think they already have.
Well, I found out when I first started, they said this entire season is going to take place over a very short period of time. And I was like, wow, that's bold.
Okay.
That's bold, because, people are going to get impatient, and they have. They've really drugged this thing out, because I think everybody expected the war to be episode 1, and then we'd move on. And it's now all 13 episodes so far have been the war. If you look at the timeline, 4 days have passed since the end of season 7.
Really?
Yeah. If you look at the nights and the days, it's been 4 days since, what was the end of season 7? Yeah, the speech that, Rick's given with Laurie and with the king and all that. Yeah, with Maggie. It's been 4 days.
It's only been 4 days?
Yeah. So there's 2 days of prep to get ready with the cars and all that stuff at the beginning of season 8.
Right.
And if you pay attention, it goes from day to night, day to night, day to night, only 3 times, 4 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Consecutive. Yeah. It's a short period of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Because, the other thing everyone keeps talking about is Maggie and her pregnancy. And it's technically Maggie's only been pregnant for maybe 4 months.
Or less.
And the fact that you're in, a food rationing situation, she's not going to eat like she normally would. So it's how big do you expect her to be?
Right. Again, this since this season began, it's only been a few days, so she's not going to get that much more pregnant looking. So,
see, I think you just clarified a lot of stuff for people because everyone, including me at least. I don't know about Ryan, but we're thinking this has been spread out over weeks.
Well, look at it. It's just one day after the next because it's the battle going on.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to rewatch it and now, tune into what that kind of stuff. So,
not giving anything away there. It's there if you really are looking for it, which most people aren't, but it's there.
Oh. All right.
I hope a call from AMC.
Yeah, right? No. Yeah, we don't see a bullseye or a red dot on you yet, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And they haven't cut the connection completely. Question from Rachel. She does the Disney drawings,
like the
characters.
Disney style characters.
She just did the one.
Oh my God! I love what you did with Josh and I. I'm so.
Didn't you actually make that your profile picture?
I did.
I thought I saw that.
Absolutely love it. And then somebody found that picture of the 2 dogs, and it was hysterical. Did you guys see that one?
Not the one with the 2 dogs. I just seen you and Joshua.
Oh, look at one of my Instagram posts. Somebody said it looks just like these 2 dogs, and it does. It's like he's all because Josh is all and I'm like
yeah.
And, there's a dog doing that and another dog doing this other thing.
That's great.
It looks like the same damn picture.
That's awesome. Well, she actually just wrote a question for you.
Hey, Rick.
She wants to know if you were still present and alive. I'm guessing, obviously. Do you think that eventually, with enough time, maybe you would have switched to either be with Ezekiel or Rick's groups?
Yeah. If I had to gotten myself boxed, painted into that corner like I got at the Kingdom with Ezekiel and freaking Monster Morgan chasing me down, yes, I think he could have seen the light, and I think if it's possible that Morgan may have not killed me. If did you hear that?
Holy shit! Is that a thunderstorm?
It's storming here. Yeah, it's thunderstorming here.
That's loud. Holy.
Yeah, it was a big one. I think if he had survived that night, if Carol and Ezekiel had backed Morgan down and little shit Henry hadn't snuck up behind me, I think they probably would have taken him in and he would have come around. Yes.
Okay.
I can agree with that, honestly.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Because he had enough of it. He's like, just the hell with this bullshit.
Yeah.
All my men are dead.
Right.
Yeah.
His whole place is wiped out. All his men are dead. He's alone now. So his entire outpost has been wiped out.
And the rest of the people are scattered right now that escaped. So who knows?
Right.
Right. So all right, we're gonna go 2 more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some other stuff real quick.
Okay.
Linda wants to know, who is the most dangerous or most ruthless? Do you think it's Negan, Morgan, or Simon?
Simon is because that's how he wants to be. Morgan is because he's crazy. But no, Simon's terrible. I think there's a line with Negan saying, we're not backsliding, are we, Simon?
Right.
We're not backsliding. So there's something there. I don't know if we'll ever find out what it was, but there's a lot of speculation about was Simon running the sanctuary when Negan showed up and kept him around and didn't kill him, and Simon's a freaking psychopath.
Yeah.
He's a fucking psychopath. He wants to kill everybody. So I think Simon's the most ruthless.
Are you also on board with the fact that the whole theory that he was in charge before Negan showed up?
It makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea, but yeah, that makes sense because some people were speculating that Gavin might have been in charge, and if Simon was there's no way Gavin would have been in charge. That wouldn't have worked.
All right.
Simon would have killed him.
So, with a follow up to that, do you, if your character was still on the show right now, would you think there would have been what did it say? Would you have followed Simon on his killing spree here, or do you think he would have abandoned?
That's a very good question.
What do you think would have been Gavin's breaking point from this is just too much killing?
I don't know. That's a good thought. I'm pure speculation that he might have fragged Simon.
Right. Try to take him out. Maybe enough is enough.
This is. Wait a minute. This is not the plan.
Right.
This is not what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. And and Simon's just so crazy and ruthless that I don't understand why Dwight didn't do that. Why didn't Dwight kill Simon?
He had the opportunity to
just take him out.
Yeah, if you think about it, during the raid, he was behind Simon. He could have just killed him.
Right there.
Yep.
But there's a lot of things like that in the show. It's like with Negan and Rick. Why hasn't Rick killed him yet?
Right.
He's had 1,000 opportunities to do it. But yeah, I don't think Gavin could have gone along with that. He would have been with Dwight. This is nuts. No. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. And Simon would have either killed him or vice versa, or he would have just faked it and then hid or something like that, or run off.
Yeah, and now we see Jadis, who has Negan tied up.
Yeah, where's that going to go?
Yeah. I don't know. And do you think Negan, now that he knows what happened to the Heapsters with Simon taking them all out, do you think Negan kills Simon, takes care of him? Speculation.
Probably. I got a feeling something's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if Negan can get Simon alone, there's going to be bloodshed. Yeah. or get him on his terms.
Right.
Negan can get Simon on his terms. He is going to take him out. That's my fan theory.
Perfect.
I want to make sure that's very clear. I have not seen the scripts. I know nothing.
Oh, no. Fan theory, obviously.
Fan theory.
And nobody here does any of that naughty stuff by going online saying, well, Jason Warder-Smith said this, because if they did, we'd hunt you down. But yeah, all right. So that wraps it up for the questions. We're good. We're all caught up.
Thanks, guys. Great questions, everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely. Once again, for anybody who is attending Chicago in another 12
weeks,
12 days, 10 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Not even. Yeah, like maybe 8 days.
It's next week.
Yeah, it's next week.
I'm leaving next Friday.
If you want to meet this man in person, he's going to have a booth, or you can go do the photo ops. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, now's your opportunity. Go. Jayson, we are super excited to meet you. And definitely looking forward, and our fingers are crossed for May as well. It would be amazing to have you come hang out in Sonoya.
And we don't want it to go to your head or anything.
There's no reason why I should. I either got to be sick, dead, or in jail, or I'll be there. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't get yelled at by Pi, who I always forget where she lives, and I forgot again. Do you love Pi?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Okay.
So you would say that you love pie.
I love pie.
All right, so there you go. Pi, are you freaking happy now? Jesus. These people are relentless, Jayson. They beat me. They whipped the shit out of me.
Even Blaine's going with it. Come on, Blaine. Come on, that's one of your fellow saviors. Come on, bro.
Yeah. I like this. Limba. I'm going to start calling Limba from now on. Hey, Limba. Everybody, thank you for being here. Jayson, thank you for the hour and a half you gave us.
Wow, it's really been that long?
I know. And, I don't want to and I'm not rushing, but, I know that you have a bad storm going, and if we're sitting here bullshitting and all of a sudden the lights go out,
Right.
So I'm trying to make sure, Gay, don't start. I'm trying to make sure we get our formal goodbyes.
Absolutely.
So everybody, Jason Warder-Smith, the three-peat. Say goodbye to him. Jayson, say goodbye to all your lovely fans that have stayed here and hung out with you.
Maybe. Thank you so much, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks to Chris and Ryan for making this whole thing happen. This is fan-freaking-tastic. It's been a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys in Sonoya for sure. I'm hoping I'll definitely see you next week in Chicago.
Yep.
And maybe I'll see everybody else here for a 4-peat.
Maybe. Ooh. I'll take it. Listen, you keep coming back. We ain't never going to say no.
We'll take some of that Jayson love. We don't care.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Jayson, don't go nowhere.
You know the drill.
And everybody, peace. Be safe. Enjoy life, have fun, do all that crazy shit you want to do. You want to live once.
I think I'm really going to write to YouTube and be like, you need to put the end stream option with a live chat.
You have to